when I discovered that I wanted to pursue music, I was like, what can I do though at 9 years old in Wisconsin to pursue a music career? And I saw the national anthem. I was like, oh, I could learn the national anthem. I could start with that. So I learned the national anthem, and by 6 months later, I ended up singing at like Dodgers, Lakers, Packers, Clippers, like 100 national anthems. My acting manager sent me out for an audition, and I went, and it was like a pretty small role, but it was so fun because I got to sing in it. I got to play like a mean girl, which was fun because I'm like not. So it was really fun to do like the complete opposite, you know, of who I am. It was right before the movie was about to come out. They were looking for, I usually write on my own music, but I've always wanted to work with them or sing a song of, you know, that they've collaborated on. And the creators of the movie and the soundtrack, they were like, hey, do you want to give it a try? They think your voice would be great on it. And I was like, oh, yes, 100%. So I did, and I sang it, and they were like, you get it, like you were putting it in the movie. And I was like, oh my God, I was so excited.
Hi, this is Lauren Engel. Today I'm here with SKYLAR Stecker.
Hi!
So you were born in Wisconsin, or?
Yes, I was born in, well, no, actually, no.
Was it Tampa?
Yes.
Okay, I looked it up and I was like confused. I was like, which one should I ask you?
Yes,
okay,
no, Tampa. I was born in Tampa, but I lived in Wisconsin for 3 years from, I think, around like 8 years old until, I don't know, where it was like in that period of time. So I always like consider like I grew up though in Wisconsin because I remember it the best because I was like more aware. But no, I was born in Tampa.
Yeah. So are your parents originally from?
My parents are from Wisconsin.
Oh.
Yeah, so what I was gonna say is they're from Wisconsin, so for vacations or for anything, we always go back to Wisconsin for the holidays, since both my parents' families are there.
So what was in Tampa for you guys?
What was that?
What was in Tampa for you guys too?
Oh, no, I mean, my dad played football.
Oh, okay.
So he played football for the Bucks out in Tampa, and I was born there because I think his last year he played was the year I was born, and then he went and played for the Saints. And then we moved to Louisiana, so we've kind of been all over the place. Yeah.
Did you have also an athletic upbringing as well, like with your dad's like
You know,
background?
I'm so not athletic. Like, I'm the most unathletic person you will ever meet. But my brother is super athletic, and he's 11, and he's like total opposite of me. Like, wants to play sports all the time, like super athletically talented. And I can't even walk half the time. I like fall over or trip.
Did you realize like who kind of your dad was though? Like with their classmates or like always being in like the media?
Sometimes. I mean, I was so young though. I feel like nobody like really cared. We only cared about like silly bands and like little kid stuff. So I mean, not really. But I just am so proud. I mean, I'm so grateful to also have. I mean, because we both are in the entertainment industry in some sort. So he has a lot of great advice, just about just life things too, and just with my career and his perspective on like things he's gone through that he's learned from. So he's definitely, you know, I'm really grateful that he's gone through those experiences too, because it's, you know, helped me out through a lot of stuff. So we kind of bond on that.
Yeah. So, and also your grandfather is a really talented businessman, right? I was like reading up.
Really? Oh yeah.
On Forbes.
I mean, my family has always instilled with me since I was really young that like hard work and dreams, like you can do whatever you put your mind to. And so everything that I've done has been 100% just based off of my determination and my want for it. Like my family's always like, you know, like if you want it, well then go get it. Like, you know what I mean? And so, which I've loved because it's built so much character and just like self-responsibility. Just since I was little, even before I started music, like with anything, it was like, all right, well, you want to do gymnastics? We'll go find a place and like show us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very hands-on with everything. So I'm very lucky to have been surrounded by people that have had big goals and have worked really hard to accomplish. It's really inspiring, you know, to look up to, you know, people like that.
Yeah. Has that side of your family given you any business advice with like music or? For
sure. I mean, just growing up around that has just, I feel like just absorbing that subconsciously, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for sure my mom too is like, she'll always say like, no, I don't know anything about music, but we've learned together. But she's so smart business wise, just from growing up around a business.
Yeah.
and she's just, I think she definitely helps me out with a ton of that kind of stuff, and she's super she's super aware of people and their inner, like, what they're thinking, and she's just she has a communications major, so she's very, like, helps me out with that, because I'm so, like, in, like, the moment, like, music, you know? And she's so, like, okay, well, this person was thinking this, and so she's really great at all that, and I think we make a good tag team with my music.
love that.
Yeah, we complement each other's weaknesses or whatever. We have, what's that saying? It's like, I have the strength that she doesn't have, and then she has the strength that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so together, we make the perfect team.
When you were growing up, was she working any other jobs, or was she just kind of like at home?
Well, she's gonna like kill me for saying this, but she actually worked on the Jerry Springer show a long time ago. Cool. Yeah, when she was pregnant with me, and then she also then she went from that to working for charity. So like the complete opposite of the Jerry Springer show. So she did a lot of charity work for Kids Wish Network, and then also for a charity that I'm still involved with today called Wheelchairs for Kids. So she's done a lot of really cool stuff, but she loves to give back, and I love to give back, and that's one of the main things I love to do, like, in my free time, is I'm involved with, like, PETA for animal rights. I'm vegan, and I love Wheelchairs for Kids. I just feel like children and animals are kind of like my main two passions, and we kind of share the same passions too, which is great that she kind of had a background in that as her job. So
yeah, I love that. So when you were growing up, were you a vegetarian, and then now you're a vegan?
Yes, I was. I've been vegetarian since I was 8, and vegan for the past 3 years. Yeah.
Is that your whole family's vegetarian? Or?
My whole family's vegan now.
Whoa.
It was one at a time. So it was me and my mom did it first, and then my dad, and then my brother actually, and then my dad joined in last.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But even growing up, so initially they were all vegetarian.
No, they were. My mom has been vegetarian since she was 13, and my dad and my brother and all of us ate meat until I was 8, and then them recently.
What made you want to become vegan?
Just animal rights.
Yeah.
Just the way that they're treated, it just makes me really sad, and it's so easy to not have them in your diet.
Especially if you have a whole family and you guys all cook together.
Exactly.
It's like not even something you think about
and you do your research and just kind of become aware. I just feel like it's so easy, and people always ask me, like, it must be so hard, but once you get the hang of it, it's super easy, and it's such a great, I just feel better too being vegan too, so there's no downsides to it. So I always am like encouraging people to go vegan, because not only are you helping your overall health, but you're also helping, save animals' lives. So
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
How do you describe your personality back then growing up?
Mine?
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of a shy person, and I know I don't seem like it, but it just that, like, with music, I'm not shy at all, at all. Like, I just love it. I feel so comfortable, but when it's just with normal things, like, I'll get, like, nervous, like, in small group settings or whatever. Like, I'll get, like, more anxiety than I would performing in front of, like, hundreds of thousands of people. Like, so it's weird. So I'm a little bit shy. I talk a lot though. Like, I'm shy, but I talk a lot. Like, when you get me started, like, I won't shut up. And I've been like that since I was little too. And then also very independent too. I've always kind of been a little bit of a loner. Which is, dogs. I actually know. I'm usually not scared of dogs, but I actually got attacked by, like, a dog almost. No. Yeah, like a couple months ago. That's so scary. Like, I'm still kind of like. Otherwise, I, like, love dogs, so it makes me sad that one turned on me, and, like, it was a golden doodle too. Yeah. It was the weirdest thing, because golden doodles are, like, super friendly most of the time. Like, I have a golden doodle.
Actually, this question just clicked to me, but do you have mixed race parents, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I know everyone always, like, is kind of curious on what I am, because some people think I'm, like, Latina.
Yeah.
No one really ever, like, can put their finger on it. But yeah, my dad is black and my mom's white. So.
Yeah, because actually, I'm also half-half. I was wondering if
that's awesome.
Like, and I asked a lot of people who are mixed race, but has that ever been, like, an identity issue for you growing up, or not really a big part of your life?
I mean, no, I grew up in so many, I feel like it's been great, because I've lived in so many different places, grew up with so many different cultures, just a lot, from going from Florida to then New Orleans to then Wisconsin to then now here, which is like a big melting pot of it all. It's really great, and I feel like too, my musical taste of the pop R&B that my genre that I sing is, like, very accurate to how I grew up and like music I listened to. Like on my mom's side more so I had like she was listening to like Madonna and like Backstreet Boys and like stuff like that, and my dad was listening to like Jodeci and like New Edition and Donny Hathaway. So I kind of, you know, grew up listening to a mix of music, and then I feel like subconsciously that's kind of where I got my pop R&B like mix from later on when I discovered my voice and my love for music.
And were you like 5 when you started playing piano? Or? Yeah.
I was 5 when I started playing piano. My mom signed me up because it's supposed to help with math.
Oh.
So it wasn't even for music reasons, but then I just fell in love with it. And then I started singing when I was 9.
Yeah. So with that, what you said, like it was a talent show or something?
Yeah, I signed myself up for a talent show to play the piano.
Like for your school?
Yes,
or?
for my school when I was in 3rd grade. And the music teacher was like, no, I don't want you to play piano, I want you to sing. And I was like, I don't sing. So I sang for her though anyway.
Yeah.
And then I found out I got in for the singing. And then I was my mind was like, what? Because no one in my family does anything musical.
Yeah.
And I just automatically assumed I was going to be bad. And then I ended up singing in the talent show and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it was a very weird situation, but I'm so, without the music teacher telling me to sing rather than play piano, I probably wouldn't be here today where I am right now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
One person saying one commentary in 3rd grade, which you would think would be like nothing, but no, it changed my whole life.
And you also picked up other instruments?
Yeah, I play drums, I play guitar, and I play piano.
Yeah. So at what ages did you start learning those?
Well, piano when I was 5, guitar probably around maybe 10, 11? 11, probably 11. And then drums I started last year. So, fairly recently, so.
Yeah. At what age did you start singing the national anthem? I guess that was like, because I was wondering the connection. It was like, because your dad was always in that environment.
Well, that was actually the first song I ever learned was the national anthem. When I discovered that I wanted to pursue music, I was like, what can I do though at 9 years old in Wisconsin to pursue a music career? And I saw the national anthem. I was like, oh, I could learn the national anthem. I could start with that. So I learned the national anthem, and by 6 months later, I ended up singing at like Dodgers, Lakers, Packers, Clippers, like 100 national anthems, which was awesome. So that's kind of how I got my start, was just with national anthems and just kind of brainstorming in ways to be a musician. Yeah.
But did it click to you? Did you ever have stage fright? I guess you were so young, maybe you didn't realize back
No,
then.
I actually more so have stage fright like now with national anthems than I did before. Like I never got nervous, and then I feel like as I get, not with my concerts and stuff, I like never get nervous, but with like national anthems, I think as I get older, I realize the importance of that song. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the national anthem, so I feel like I get in my head like a little bit, but I think when I get on the stage, I don't get nervous anymore. It's like only like leading up to it because I want to do well, because I'm such a perfectionist. But when I'm on stage though, then I like, my mind goes blank, and then I'm just like, oh, sing. And then it all goes away, and then I sing, and I just let it out.
Actually, with you having an interest in music so young, did it ever occur to you to join American Idol? Because like people
yeah, they were actually, I got reached out to by some of those TV shows, but I don't know, I just never, I was already like writing my own music and doing all of that, so I was just really focused on developing myself as an artist and like putting out my own music, than taking time away to film a show or like be on a show, if that makes any sense. But no, those are great. I still watch them. They're really fun to watch.
And how were you doing music and school? Like, were you homeschooled or?
I'm homeschooled now. When I first moved out to California, I wasn't homeschooled. When I came out here when I was 9.
Your whole family moved, or?
We moved like after I proved myself that I was, you know, really passionate. Like it wasn't just like karate for a week or whatever. It was like I was really determined. And so after doing all those national anthems, my parents were like, all right, we'll come out and give it a try. So
so they all moved for you. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, and the weather is amazing here. Like it's incredible. So it's also mainly because of the weather, and then also because it's, you know, convenient for my music. And we also knew too that we like wanted to go somewhere warm, because we were in Wisconsin and it's so cold in the winters and so hot in the summers. So I knew my parents really wanted to go somewhere where it was kind of consistently warm all year round. So it's either here or Florida. And then I discovered my love for music, and then it was like, all right, well, there's our decision. We're going to California. Sorry, what was the question again? I totally got off track.
Oh, that's perfect. So I guess your family was so supportive of you just doing music. They didn't really mind if you didn't go to college or anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, what I do, it's like a job, right?
Yeah.
And people go to college for, you know, to get more educated and find the field of job that they, career path that they want to go on. And so for me, I've already found that career path and I've already, like, have a job.
Yeah.
And I love doing what I do. And so there's no need for me to go to college. But college is, like, great. I mean, my friend actually, shout out to Jackson if he's watching this, but he just, it's so weird because I remember we met when I was 9 when I first moved out here, and we've been friends ever since, and he just went off to college, and it's so weird because I'm like, oh my god, I'm at that age where if I already wasn't doing music, like I'd be going to college, like that's just like freaky, like that's it's like weird. I'm like, oh my god, I'm almost an adult.
And where was your career at by the time you moved here? Like, where are you putting original music? Where you?
I was doing covers. I was doing covers. I released my first EP when I first moved out here, like a couple months after I moved out here.
Oh, so you already had a management team and everyone?
No, I didn't. Actually, no, I didn't. I was talking to management and people just organically, you know, like people kind of hearing my voice around on the internet and whatnot. And then when we moved out here, that's when we started, like, you know, meeting with people, and people were like, oh, you're here, let's, you know, get together. Yeah. So that's when I found my label and my management then. But then recently I decided to part ways and to be independent and kind of start over a little bit when it comes to the team behind the scenes, which has been really confusing and sad, but also like super exciting at the same time. So like new beginnings, right? Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to the future.
What did you learn from previously being signed?
A lot. I definitely learned a lot. I feel like the number one thing I learned was like about myself was, I mean, I always knew, like, I always had a vision for who I was, and like where I wanted to go. And I think I just learned how much more, like, I really do, being in that situation, you know, with so many people and different opinions and, you know, and just being around that. I mean, I definitely just grew as a person and how to be more independently, like, stating how I feel and not being afraid to, like, speak my mind. Especially just coming in here and coming out to California and then being signed a year or 2 years after being out here and in the industry. Like, I entrusted a lot in people, like, right off the bat, because I was like, yeah, you know more than I do. Like, even though I have my vision, like, this is what I want, but, like, I trust what you're saying. And I feel like, too, I've definitely learned to be more careful about what people say and to, you know, put myself and my inner feelings, I guess, first more so. Like, listen to my gut more instead of pushing it off and, you know, maybe believing somebody right off the bat. If that makes sense. So I learned a lot more about myself and how to just deal with life better in the future.
And how did you meet your team now?
Well, my team now, I still am independent. I still haven't found the right fit for management because I'm just so, like, my gut has to feel it, like, with people that are around me, and that's why, like, my marketing and Cobalt, my publisher, and just people like that, I just knew from the minute I met them, like, this is the right fit. Like, I felt it in my soul, and I listened to my gut, and I feel like with all the things I haven't listened to my gut in the past before, like, that's when it didn't necessarily work out for me in the best way. So I feel like with management, or if I have a manager in the near future, or when I eventually sign with a label again, I want to make sure that it's the right fit. I really want people that are passionate about, like, me, like I am, and that, like, I believe what they're saying. You know what I mean?
How did you meet Cobalt and when?
I met Cobalt when I was 11, right around the time I released my first EP. Wow. And I think I was the youngest person to sign an admin deal with them, which was cool because I write all my own music. So they're great, and I love Amanda over there, and who is my girl, and Jeanette, and everyone over there. The whole team is amazing, and they've been supportive of me since literally day one. So they're great.
So is it mostly your mom, like, helping you now?
Yeah, it's me.
Mom in charge.
No, I know. Me, my mom, obviously my dad, my family, all super supportive. Obviously Cobalt and Black Box, my marketing, and you know, all of my PR, all of them have been, like, super helpful with everything. Obviously being independent, so I do the majority of a lot of the grinding, and, you know, I set up all the producer deals and I figure all that out and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of my own manager and label, as well as creator and artist and everything.
So you found all the producers yourself, or how did you meet them?
Yeah, through Cobalt, a lot of them, and also just being in the industry for over 7 years now. Just getting relationships and just meeting people at random things. Like, I mean, this writer I've been working with a ton, her name's Davina Savage, and she's amazing. And she was connected through someone that I met, and then she was like, oh, you need to like meet my friend Vina, and then I met her, and it was just awesome. Like, hey, you meet people that like you don't even expect it. It's not like a formal like, oh, you're having a session with her today. It's just we met and then we hit it off, and then we started writing together, and she's amazing. And she wrote, I think, 4 or 5 songs off my album with me. Yeah, so she did a lot, and I mean, I have so many sessions set up coming up with her. I think she's doing like every one with me so far. Oh my gosh. So yeah, she just, you know, you meet those people that you get each other, you connect, and you have to hold on to those people because, you know, they're special and they don't come around that often. So I love working with her. She's great.
I love that. Early on, how did you meet the people at Disney?
I'm sorry, I ran into you. I was looking at a cute cat that was what was that? Sorry.
Oh, early on, how did you meet the people at Disney? Because you did a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, I did a couple. I did some acting early on in my career.
Did you like that?
I did like it. It was definitely a different experience than music, because with music you have like 100% the control and everything, where with acting you're portraying somebody else, like a different character, and having to kind of get outside your own mindset and vision and like become that other person, which was definitely a challenge for me, especially being so like with my music and everything is so like in tune to who I am, to have to like switch it into like, you know, channel somebody else is like how I think this character would be in this situation. So it was definitely really fun though. I had such a fun time, and you know, I mean, music's my #1 priority, 100% always. But if the right project or something I was really excited about came up, I would totally be open to maybe acting in something like that. But music's first, though. Yeah. But it was super fun. Yeah.
How did the super fun night with Rebel Wilson come about?
That was awesome. It was so fun. I loved her because it was right around the time, right after Pitch Perfect. Oh. And she's amazing and hilarious and just awesome. And she had her own TV show called Super Fun Night. And my acting manager sent me out for an audition, and I went. And it was like a pretty small role, but it was so fun because I got to sing in it. I got to play like a mean girl, which was fun because I'm like not. So it was really fun to do like the complete opposite, you know, of who I am. It was really fun. I got to sing on, you know, combine those two things together, like my music with acting. So it was really fun, and she was super sweet and great and hilarious, and it was a really fun experience.
How did you meet Julia Michaels?
So she wrote my song How Did We, which was featured in the movie Everything Everything, and her and Justin Tranter wrote that song. And when the movie was right before the movie was about to come out, they were looking for I usually write out my own music, but I've always wanted to work with them or sing a song of, you know, that they've collaborated on. And the creators of the movie and the soundtrack, they were like, hey, do you want to give it a try? They think your voice would be great on it. And I was like, oh, yes, 100%. So I did it, and I sang it, and they were like, you get it, like, we're putting it in the movie. And I was like, oh my God, I was so excited. I was so excited.
When did they first show you, have you sing on the song? Like, how long ago was it?
A couple years ago. It was.
So this was before her artist project?
No, it was right after it. Like, right after Issues came out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so,
that's so hype.
I know. So it was awesome. It was a great experience, and they're so talented. And I'm really grateful that I got to, you know, sing their work, which was really fun.
What are the inspirations for your album and music videos?
Just like, honestly, my life, like this past year, like all the experiences and everything, like I really tapped into my vulnerable side, which I haven't really done before, and that was really important for me to do with this album. And also too, like a self-confidence I gained from going through all of that. It was like going through the storm to then have the rainbow at the end, you know? And I feel like you hear that with the music. And I really want to inspire other people with my music and with this album that, you know, while if they're going through something or will or have already, like you can get out of it and, you know, grow from it, you know? And you're not alone. Like I've gone through it, and I'm sure every single person on earth has gone through something. So I really want to inspire people to know that they don't have to depend on other people to, you know, do things for them or wait around for other people to make things happen. Like, you know, you can go after it and get it, and no matter what happens, you know, you can be your own redemption.
How did the tour with Miley Cyrus and Fifth Harmony come about?
That was awesome. That was a summer show I did, I think in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Or Baltimore. Yeah. It was one of the B's. But it was so fun. It was amazing. it was one of my first summer shows I ever did too, and it was like I think my biggest one I've done so far, which was super fun. And there I got to watch their sets afterwards, which was also amazing, of course. And so very grateful that I got to be included with such a amazing lineup of artists. Yeah.
And you were also on the Today Show?
Yeah, I was. That was super fun. It was
when
such
was
a great
that?
time. That was right after I released my first album, This Is Me, so 3 years ago.
Yeah. Was that your first time like performing?
It was my first TV performance.
TV, yeah.
Like a bigger TV performance. Yeah, it was my first one. It was so fun and like crazy.
How does that compare to like the stadium performances? Like, is the whole setup different, or how would you describe it?
Yeah, it definitely is different. I mean, it's super early. First of all, like the call time is like 3 a.m. or like something like nuts, and then you go on at like 5 a.m. So it's definitely like interesting because usually the summer shows and everything are like later in the day. So that's the first thing that's very different. Other thing too is, I mean, the Today Show is like super, I mean they're both super like this run, but the other one's more of like a concert feel with like an audience, and Today Show obviously is just, you know, you're performing to camera and everything, which is, I mean, they're both amazing in their own way, so there's not really a way to compare the two.
How about the stadium? Do you have to like project a different way to like TV, or you sing the same way?
No, I sing the same way usually. Yeah, that part I usually keep the same. A lot of times with the choreography and you'll do different things for that to, you know, camera blocking versus, you know, at like a summer show like that, like it's more of a concert, so you just kind of like, you perform outward. We're more like TV, I feel like, is a little bit more intimate, so you kind of play to camera a little bit more. Yeah. So a little bit different, but I mean generally still the same kind of performance. I give it my all every single time. So.
Yeah, I love that. How would you say your music has changed compared to the early songs you made?
I would definitely say it's matured a lot. Also just growing, and also my past music. I mean, my past album that I did, my last one was when I was 13, and now I'm 16 going on 17, so obviously I've grown a lot and I have different, you know, perspectives on situations, new experiences that I want to put into my music and talk about. So a lot. Yeah.
How else would you say you've grown as a person compared to when you were younger?
I just think I'm more aware, and also just more, I feel like I've always been confident with my music, and like, but I feel like more so I've become more confident when it comes to just owning who I am, you know? And I feel like that's just with getting older too, like, you know, and becoming just like strong, like this is my vision and this is right, like this is who I am, rather than, you know, this is my vision, but like, you know what I mean? So I've just learned to really trust my instinct and to really, you know, give myself the benefit of the doubt, I guess, you know what I mean? And, you know, believe in myself, you know.
What would you say have been your biggest challenges so far in life?
Biggest challenges, I think definitely starting at a young age in music with like career-wise, like proving myself to people. I feel like I've always kind of been, obviously with anybody, like up-and-coming artists, you know, the underdog. So like, you know, proving myself to people and really showing people that I really am like a musician. Like I play like drums and guitar and piano, and I like write all my own stuff, and I'm just super involved with every little thing. And so I feel like the biggest challenge is just having people become aware of, like, you know, me and my music and my passion and love for it. So yeah, I feel like that's probably the main like career challenge, I would say. Life challenge, I just feel like life is just like every day there's something to learn from or go through, so just life is the biggest life challenge.
What does love mean to you?
Love?
Yeah.
Love? Like romantic love?
Up to you, any type.
I think love is just like happiness and like your passion. Like I'm very like about like being in tune to like your soul, and I just feel like love is like, to me, like music is like I can't live without it. Like that is love. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like whatever brings you happiness and you feel comfortable and you just feel like it's right. That's probably love.
Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
That's a really good question. I want to be remembered for, first and foremost, being a good role model to everybody. It's really important to me, and with everything that I do, like, I always, you know, I mean, I was young when I started, and I, like, definitely had the people that I looked up to, and I loved being somebody that people can look up to, and parents can be like my kid, like, loves yours, and be, like, proud, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so that's super important to me, to always be just a good role model, and I really want to be remembered for that, and also just as, like a badass performer, and, like, I just, like, to me, like, that is what I love to perform so much, like, that is I feel like one of the main things for sure of like my artistry and who I am as an artist. So I feel like that I would just love to be known around for just being a great performer and overall like musician and entertainer. Like I think Bruno Mars and Beyonce are amazing, and I definitely want to be one of the greats, and you know, I want to be remembered for my music and all that.
Yeah. Oh my god, this music. But I love this. Thank you so much. Oh my god, ending with a dance too.